Archangel Michael says, a storm has passed through the soul of someone you once trusted. Their tears weren't silent, they fell with the weight of guilt, fear, and undeniable truth. In a dimly lit room, they broke down and confessed something that was never meant to be known. This wasn't a normal conversation. It started with hesitation, a pause, then suddenly a cry that echoed through the hall like something sacred had been shattered. Your name slipped from their lips, and what followed was a chain reaction of silence, tension, and secrecy. Since that moment, something has shifted in the atmosphere around you. Whispers have grown quieter when you enter the room. Family members begin sentences, then look at each other and choose to speak in vague phrases or not at all. You are not imagining this. You are not being paranoid. There are people who know more about your destiny, your bond with someone special, and what's truly hidden beneath your connection, but they are afraid to speak. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They were warned not to talk, but emotions don't listen to warnings. One of them cracked under pressure and shared everything with someone they believed could keep the secret safe. But the listener didn't protect it, they used your name like a chess piece, trying to understand your role in something bigger. Now that the truth is out, your name is no longer spoken openly. It's avoided. Conversations change the moment it comes near the edge of being said aloud. You've likely noticed a weird silence in rooms where people used to laugh. You've sensed the way certain relatives avoid your eyes, or suddenly check their phones when you're around. It's all tied back to that moment, the cry, the confession, the broken trust. There's one person who is still shaking from what they heard. They keep looking at your photos, wondering what's going to happen next. They believe your name is part of something spiritual, something deep, and it's haunting them. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Archangel Michael says, this energy was always meant to surface. People can only hide emotion for so long before it erupts like lava. What this person shared wasn't just about your relationship, it was about your future, your power, and a bond they couldn't explain. The cry wasn't just guilt. It was the cry of someone who had seen a glimpse of what's written for you. And now they are burdened by the weight of knowing they may have altered the path by speaking too soon. The tension that now lives in the air is thick. It cuts through normal conversation. Your name isn't banned, it's sacred now, too powerful to be said casually. Every time someone gets close to talking about you, they hesitate. They wonder if you already know. They wonder if your silence is you playing along, or if you're truly in the dark. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. They don't know how much you've sensed. They don't understand how deeply your spirit has picked up on this emotional shift. You are not blind to this energy, you've just been waiting for it to reveal itself. There's a message floating among your relatives. It was passed quietly from one person to another. Some only know parts of it, but one or two know the entire story, and they're keeping it in because they fear what happens when you find out. You have a spiritual connection with someone that runs deeper than blood. This isn't just about love. It's about something cosmic that was seen in a vision or heard in a dream, and someone cried because they couldn't hold the secret anymore. The cry came with trembling hands, with truth wrapped in panic. What they revealed shocked the listener. That's why now, every conversation about you comes with tension, hesitation, and whispers that die before reaching your ears. Type Amen to get blessing 567. Archangel Michael says, you are not to fear what has been said. Truth never ruins what is divinely protected. But you do need to know, some people are now trying to erase parts of the story to protect themselves. There is an attempt to cover up what was spoken that day. They are reshaping the narrative, pretending nothing was ever said. But it's too late. The tears already watered the seed of truth, and now it's growing in the form of spiritual unease around you. Someone is avoiding you more than usual. It's not out of hate, it's out of fear. They believe you already know, and they are waiting for the moment you confront them. You are the center of something powerful that's unfolding quietly. And every person who heard your name in that tense moment is now dealing with the aftershocks of what was unleashed. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Your name carries a vibration. When it was said in that moment of raw emotion, something in the room shifted. Lights flickered. A cold breeze moved through the air. And the person listening knew. This wasn't just about gossip, this was prophecy. Now, your name is being avoided not because you did something wrong, but because they feel your power. They know your role is bigger than they understood. And they are afraid of what it means if the truth is fully revealed. You've been walking into rooms that feel colder. You've been receiving half-hearted smiles. You're not imagining it. The energy has shifted, and it's all connected to that confession. One person is preparing to tell you everything. They're battling fear, guilt, and timing. But they know they can't hold it in much longer, because it's beginning to affect them physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Type Amen to get blessing 808. A message was written down. It described your connection to someone who is spiritually bound to you. That paper was torn and thrown away, but the words still echo in the minds of those who saw it. You weren't supposed to know. But your soul already knows. That's why you've been feeling a pull, a strange magnetic force dragging your heart toward clarity. Someone was warned in a dream not to speak your name. But dreams don't stop guilt. That's why they cried. That's why they told the truth anyway. And that's why everything feels broken now. You are the center of a puzzle they can't figure out. And your silence terrifies them more than your questions ever could. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Archangel Michael says, the air around you is filled with tension not because you've done wrong, but because people feel exposed in your presence. They're unsure what you see, what you know, and what you feel when you walk into the room. They talk around you like stepping on eggshells. They avoid eye contact because your eyes feel too sharp. You're not just a person to them anymore, you've become a mirror, reflecting everything they're trying to hide. One person has started writing about you in secret. They're trying to make peace with the energy they stirred up. They can't sleep, and they're having dreams filled with symbols they don't understand. The spiritual connection you have with someone is too loud to be hidden now. Even if they never say your name, their body language, their pauses, and their fear all scream it. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. There are people now seeking answers in private. They're visiting spiritual advisors. They're reading old letters and trying to decode things. Your name keeps showing up, not on the surface, but beneath every emotion they feel. You've been protected this entire time. That's why when the truth came out, it didn't hurt you, it disturbed those who thought they were protecting you by hiding it. The woman who cried has been silent since. But her heart is still racing. Every time she sees your face or hears your footsteps, the memory of that moment burns fresh in her chest. She never meant to involve everyone. But once your name was spoken, everything changed. Now there's no going back. Type Amen to get blessing 303. You might feel like pulling away, isolating yourself. But now is the time to stand strong. The truth that was cried out about you is only the beginning, it's a glimpse into the spiritual storm being cleared for your eyes. More secrets are buried deeper, but that one confession cracked the surface. It won't stop here. Others will come forward in different ways, and piece by piece, the full story will find its way to you. Stay grounded. Stay alert. Don't get lost in the silence of others, your intuition will guide you better than their words ever could. Even when they pretend not to know, even when they smile too much or speak too little, you will feel the truth in your bones. Type Amen to get blessing 919. Archangel Michael says, your energy is disrupting years of lies, secrets, and unspoken bonds. That's why some people are crying, hiding, or avoiding you. You're awakening something that can't be controlled. They tried to keep it hidden because they didn't understand it. But the universe made sure the truth would erupt from the lips of the most fragile one. And now, everyone feels the aftermath. The tension you feel is their discomfort. They're walking on a truth that has begun to rise from the floorboards, through their skin, into their minds. They cannot stop it anymore. Let them feel the pressure. Let them be confused. You, on the other hand, walk with clarity, because you were chosen for this moment. Type Amen to get blessing 515. Keep going. Trust the signs. A bigger revelation is coming, and it will make every tear, every silence, and every whisper finally make sense. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They've been holding back for too long, and now the cracks are showing. The woman who first cried is not the only one who knows. A second person heard everything, and they've been silently carrying that truth like a weight on their chest. They tried to forget it. They tried to pretend they never heard your name during that confession. But the moment they saw you again, the memory came rushing back with a force they couldn't ignore. Now they're watching you from a distance. Their silence is their apology. But deep down, they know silence is no longer enough, something bigger is unfolding, and they are part of it whether they like it or not. You'll soon feel a moment where a conversation will be interrupted by an awkward pause. That pause? It's your name sitting on someone's tongue, ready to spill again. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You are not the same person you were before the cry happened. Something in the air recognized you, validated your place in the bigger spiritual puzzle. The silence after the storm is confirmation that you were meant to rise. There is someone who now dreams of you nightly. You appear to them in moments of urgency. Sometimes you are standing at a doorway. Other times, you are walking away, and they are unable to follow. These dreams aren't meaningless. They are your higher self pulling them into awareness, reminding them that what they know cannot stay hidden. The truth is pushing through their dreams into waking life. There will be moments where you will feel like someone's watching you. That's because they are. Not in fear, but in wonder, trying to figure out how much you've already seen. Type Amen to get blessing 404. There's an elder in your family who has heard whispers about this incident. They weren't present when the confession happened, but their instincts are sharp. They've been asking subtle questions, piecing together what was said. This elder knows the spiritual weight of your name. They've seen signs before, and this recent event only confirms everything they've long suspected about your connection to something divine. They are not afraid of the truth, but they are afraid for you. Not because you're weak, but because the people hiding things aren't ready to see you in your full power. You will feel this elder's energy before they speak. Watch for the moment they look at you a second too long, or touch your shoulder and pause. That is their silent way of saying, I know. And I believe in you. Type Amen to get blessing 606. There's a small object in your home connected to this entire moment. Maybe it's a photo, a gift, or even something they gave you casually. But now, it holds a vibration, and you can feel it every time you pass by. Your soul remembers things even when your mind doesn't. That's why certain places or songs suddenly make you emotional. These emotional spikes are your inner compass, guiding you toward the full picture. Your name is not hidden out of shame. It's hidden out of awe. You've become a mystery to them now, one they can't solve, one they are afraid to awaken. But some will try. One will reach out, even if it's awkward. Their message may be short, strange, or come in the form of a question about something small, but it's really a cry for release. Type Amen to get blessing 343. Archangel Michael says, let the truth come when it must. Don't rush it. Don't chase it. The confession that happened in secret is working its way toward the surface, and it will come out fully in divine timing. In the meantime, keep moving with grace. Let your calmness confuse them. Let your presence feel like a mirror they can't look away from. They are not avoiding you out of hatred. They're avoiding you because your truth is heavier than their lies. And every time they see you, they're reminded that they cannot hide forever. One of them is writing something in private. A journal, a letter, or a message that they'll never send. But it has your name in it. And your name is circled. Twice. Type Amen to get blessing 505. There is energy around you now that feels electric. You've walked into rooms and made people stutter. You've entered spaces and felt the silence get deeper. This is your power rising. It's not your fault they can't handle it. You didn't ask to be the one who triggered their awakening. But the moment your name left someone's mouth in a cry, the spiritual dominoes began to fall. They are waking up slowly, realizing that their attempt to hide you has only made you more powerful. Some are scared of what you might say when you finally learn the whole truth. But here's the secret, you already know more than they think. You don't need their words, your energy has already picked up every frequency of tension, fear, guilt, and admiration. Type Amen to get blessing 818. The one who cried? They keep checking your social media. They look for signs in your captions, in your silence, in your smiles. They wonder, did they find out? And every post feels like a possible answer. You don't have to confront them. Your glow is confrontation enough. Your peace is louder than any accusation. They thought they were releasing a burden when they cried your name. But what they really did was open a spiritual door, one that now refuses to close. This door is leading you toward clarity, toward answers, toward alignment with the one you are spiritually connected to, the one who has also felt all of this from afar. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The people trying to bury your name in quiet rooms are now haunted by it. They hear your name in songs, in the background of conversations, and even in passing strangers. That's how the universe works, it doesn't let truth die. You'll start seeing more signs. Repeating numbers. Songs that speak your feelings. Dreams that feel like messages. You'll notice how energy shifts when you walk in, that's your presence disturbing their comfort zone. This isn't just about drama. This is about spiritual awakening. The one who cried has started a ripple effect that cannot be stopped. Your silence is powerful. It is forcing them to reflect, remember, and eventually, reveal. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. There's something that belongs to you, a truth, a bond, maybe even a letter, that was hidden after the cry. Someone felt it was safer to keep it locked away. But it's making its way back to you. No matter how many times they rewrite the story, the original version still exists in the hearts of those who were present that day. The confession, the gasp, the silence after, it's all remembered. One of them will soon find themselves slipping. They'll mention something too specific. A moment they weren't supposed to bring up. That will be your signal. You are about to be offered a piece of the truth, not the whole thing, but a piece big enough to shift everything. Type Amen to get blessing 747. Archangel Michael says, you were never supposed to be in the dark forever. The light was always going to find you. Even when your name was buried under silence, it kept glowing through the cracks. Now the people who once cried are trying to control the damage. But what they don't realize is, this isn't damage, it's destiny unfolding. You will hear something soon that confirms your intuition. A slip of the tongue, a sudden apology, or a weird pause that screams guilt. When it happens, stay calm. Smile. Let them know that you've known all along. Because you have. Your spirit is older than their secrets. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. You've walked this far without needing explanations. You've trusted your inner compass. And now, the reward is coming, in the form of truth, clarity, and restoration. The woman who cried will either distance herself forever, or come forward with trembling hands, finally ready to speak. Either way, you will be at peace. Let the silence continue if it must. You've already risen above it. Your name might be hidden in conversation, but in the spirit realm, it is shouted with honor. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You are going to feel it before it happens. A moment of silence will come, the kind that feels like the universe holding its breath. In that stillness, someone close to the truth will break. They won't be able to hold it anymore. The weight of your name has grown too heavy for them to carry in silence. And when it happens, it will be sudden, words spoken in haste, maybe even regret. But it will be real. And it will change everything. Because what was once hidden will finally be seen in the light. Type Amen to get blessing 211. There is a voice inside someone's heart, whispering, tell them everything. They've ignored it for days, weeks, months. But now the voice is growing louder, impossible to silence. You may notice a shift in how someone interacts with you. Their eyes soften, their behavior becomes unpredictable, not out of mood, but because they are preparing to release the truth. One specific person knows more than they should. They weren't supposed to hear your name, but they did. And since then, they've tried to pretend they didn't understand, but they do. They feel spiritually connected to the cry, as if it opened something in them too. That's why they haven't been able to rest since. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. The ones who speak softly around you have created a fragile code. Your name has become a symbol in their secret language. When they say, the situation, or you know who, or it, they're talking about you. They thought using codes would protect the secret. But the energy doesn't lie. You feel it, in their glances, in their stammered words, in the hesitation before speaking. One of them dropped a clue recently. A sentence that didn't belong in the conversation. You caught it. You felt the air change. That was not coincidence, that was truth knocking again. Even now, as they try to clean up what's already been spilled, the universe continues to push the truth toward your feet. Type Amen to get blessing 4242. Archangel Michael says, your connection was never meant to be ordinary. That's why people are breaking under the pressure of its weight. The cry was a spiritual leak, a moment where divine timing cracked the silence. Now, nothing can go back to how it was. Your name has moved into a higher dimension, one that requires protection, clarity, and action. The person who confessed still feels the echo of that moment. Sometimes they hear their own cry in their sleep. It follows them into waking life, a constant reminder that they broke something open they cannot undo. But you are stronger now. This truth didn't break you. It built you. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. A group of people now share this weight. Not all of them were supposed to know. But the one who listened told another, and then another, until a circle of silence was formed around your name. This circle is not your enemy. It is your awakening. Every silent conversation, every awkward shift in energy, is a brick being pulled from a wall that was meant to fall. You are the force causing that wall to crumble. You are the reason someone's hands tremble when they speak of the past. You are the truth they cannot control. And soon, the very ones who avoided you will look to you for guidance, because you are the only one who holds the real power now. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. There is one final piece still hidden. It rests in a place connected to memory, maybe a drawer, a digital message, or a box no one's opened in years. But it's there. And it holds more than words, it holds confirmation. Someone will try to destroy it before it reaches you. They'll panic. They'll feel the energy getting stronger and will act on fear. But it will be too late. Because what's meant for you can never truly be hidden. Not even under tears, lies, or silence. The energy will always find a way to reveal itself. And you will be ready. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Your spirit already feels the shift. Your dreams have grown more vivid. Your body feels strange at certain times of day. You're not sick, you're aligning with the truth that's trying to meet you. The one who cried is preparing to leave your environment. Not out of hatred, but because the guilt is too loud. They cannot be around you without feeling the weight of what they've done. But before they go, they will leave behind something important. It may come in the form of a message, a letter, a voice note, something real, something raw. And that moment will be the final echo of the cry that started it all. Type Amen to get blessing 3838. Archangel Michael says, you are stepping into a season of revelation. And every secret held back will now be pulled into the light. Not for revenge, but for restoration. This is not about pain. This is about power. And the way your name is now treated, not spoken, only whispered, is proof of that power growing. The silence that surrounds you is about to break. Not with a shout, but with a truth so soft, it will touch your soul without breaking it. Someone will reach out soon. Not because they want to, but because they need to. The truth they've carried is now poisoning them from the inside. Type Amen to get blessing 121. They may try to make it sound casual. They might pretend it's a joke. But don't ignore it. When they say, do you remember when, or did anyone tell you about, that's the beginning. That's the crack in the dam. That's your moment to just listen, because what's about to come will connect all the dots. You won't need to ask for confirmation. The tears, the shaking hands, the trembling voice, they will all confirm it for you. This isn't just about your name being hidden. It's about your destiny being protected. Type Amen to get blessing 6060. You are not the one who caused the storm, but you are the one who must rise from it. You are not guilty. You are chosen. And now, the universe is preparing to show you everything that's been said, felt, and done behind your back, not to hurt you, but to prepare you. Prepare for the moment when silence becomes a confession. When tension becomes surrender. When those who whispered your name are forced to say it aloud, with respect. Because your name carries power now. And the silence? It's proof that they all feel it. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.